What's going on, everyone? It's time for a show review. First one in a while. It's been like 2 months since the last one I did one of these was Silverstein in December. And on here in Canada, in Ontario at least, we were in another like lockdown sort of, so shows weren't happening between January and February, and it just started kicking up in March again because everything's getting eased up. So last night I went and saw Papa Roach with Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves at History in Toronto. It was March 19th, 2022. So, yeah, and let's talk about it. So, yeah, History is the newest venue for shows. A lot of big shows are happening there. It's a little expensive and stuff. Like, beers are like, or a tall can's like $12 or $9 for a slice of pizza, but the food there is bomb. But yeah, so it's pretty pricey and stuff, but it's always a fun time. I find going there. This is my second time going to History for a show. First time I went was for the Silverstein show. Now this one. But yeah, so let's get into the band. Bad Wolves. They're most well known for their cover of the Cranberries' Zombie, released some last year and got tons of radio play and stuff. So to put them on the map, they opened the show. They had to get a new singer and stuff, so it was a little odd because here. But he had some pretty good clean vocals. They had some pretty heavy like breakdown almost style stuff, but a little more mellow. It's not like a real heavy breakdown type stuff. And then the guitarist does a lot of good solos and stuff in this. But to me, they seem kind of more, they're in the middle right now. So they started off with like a big hit, but they're not sure where to go from this point, it seems. They seem more like your butt rock type of band right now, like Five Finger Death Punch almost. They're heavy, but they do have some like uh, catchier courses and stuff. They do some pretty good old school like almost breakdown stuff. Like especially the last like three songs they played. Well, besides Zombie, they played that out second last, but some of their older stuff has some pretty good heavy breakdown sort of feels to it, sort of like a metalcore style. But now they're going more into like the more butt rock new wave of heavy metal sound. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they go from here. Live wise, they were heavier than I was expecting, which is cool. But nothing really new stuck out to me. It seems like your typical like new wave of heavy metal. There's nothing too much standing. They need to do something interesting, maybe don't mix something else weird together to make it. But I can see them going further and bigger. But right now, it's just not my thing. I thought they were still decent live though, so I'm gonna give Bad Wolves performance a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, they're just your typical opening band at this point, and I think once they find like their groove and find out a new thing to push them forward more, they can excel bigger and do better. But right now, that's what I'm sticking with. The 3.5. They're sort of a generic new wave American heavy metal band, butt rock type band. So yeah. So after that, yeah, the changeover happened, and it was Hollywood Undead. Hollywood Undead's like this new wave, new metal rap rock group that has a lot of catchy songs, and I believe they get a lot of radio play too. They're all about partying and all that fun sex stuff and everything. They have a lot of good groove, like bounce riffs and stuff. They have three vocalists. One of them couldn't come. The one thing I love about Hollywood Undead is they have quite the sense of humor. So like when they came out, I think they're like singer. I think his name's KC if I remember correctly. Couldn't make it, and yeah, because he got COVID, so he couldn't get across the border. And the first thing they do is like, "Oh, Casey died," and then they're like, "No, we're kidding. You got COVID and couldn't come over." So yeah, they got like a band to come up and sing one of the songs and stuff, his parts and things. It was pretty neat, and they just bring a lot of good energy to the show. This is the second time I've seen them. So, but yeah, they definitely brought a lot of good energy, a lot of fun stuff. They did a lot of good songs on Dead and a whole pile of other good big hits. And even Jacoby from Papa Roach came out and did a song with them near the end of their set. And they had a good like production wise. They had a big bright screen with like a lot of cool imagery and like your typical they're from Hollywood, California, so you get your typical California type imagery and stuff. And then each one's different. They have like the cool 70s looking dude, and then they have your typical like punk rock looking guy, and then like your butt rock, like big vocalist, jacked, tight muscle shirt, and like tight jeans on and stuff. And yeah, they have quite the interesting look. And even like their like manager came out and did like played the tambourine and stuff like that. And yeah, they had a fun show, a lot of energy, a lot of fun. And it's just the two things I wish would have happened as well. Too bad the other vocalists would have done it. It would have made the performance probably a little bit better, but they did the best they could with what they got. And apparently they got told not to come because their vocalists couldn't get through, but they did anyways, which is good. I love it when bands do that, and that shows you that how devoted they are to playing to their fan base and stuff, which is always good. And yeah, but also one thing that was disappointing, it's just a small thing, but they don't wear their masks anymore like what they used to have for like the first couple albums, and that was a little bummer. But other than that, they're really good and catchy and fun. It's a little different than what I'm used to seeing, like metal and stuff like that. So yeah, they're definitely good, and they were a little bit better than the last time I saw them. Last time I saw them was at Heavy Montreal in 2018, and yeah, they were okay then, but they're definitely getting into their groove and definitely keep writing catchier and catchier songs. So yeah, I can see them going even bigger and better for now. But like the last few albums seem the same, so it's trying to like be stagnant a bit. But overall, it was still a great show. So I'm gonna give Hollywood Undead's live performance a 4.5 out of 5. And yeah, and then Papa Roach headlined. It took them a little while to get on stage. Took them like 35 minutes or something. But yeah, they have quite a big stage presence. They have like a keyboard, extra guitar, keyboardist who plays the extra guitar and some other drums, plus a drummer, and then your typical bass guitarist and Jacoby on vocals. And yeah, they did a lot of good stuff. A lot of their stuff's in there. Cool thing about Pop Roach is they always do something different. They started off with like more new metal, like with their Infest album, and then they played more like pop punk sort of style with Getting Away with Murder and that album. And then like the newer stuff gets more into like almost like Korn and like more to the new metal side, but like some other catchier pop punk lyrics. They're kind of like on the line between those two genres, and they like to incorporate other things, so they have some softer songs and stuff. And their new songs actually sound pretty good and pretty pumping, and a lot of good beats, and I can see you getting radio play and stuff. So yeah, Papa Roach was sick live. They played for quite a while too. They played for like an hour and 45 minutes or something, or at least it felt like that. And yeah, it was fun. They even did like a wall of death, which was pretty interesting, pretty big. You don't really see these type of bands doing that. And oh yeah, they had like a lot of good throwback stories to like the early 2000s and stuff, when they're party scenes, beer pong Olympics and all that, beer bong Olympics and things. So yeah, it was quite the entertaining show, a lot of energy. I could barely talk after I was done because I grew up listening to Papa Roach. So even though I'm a metalhead, I kind of grew up listening to like them and Good Charlotte as well, and having some catchier stuff on my iPod back in the day. And yeah, it was really good to relive those moments and sing along and sing with my buddies and everyone. It was so much fun. And yeah, they just kept the energy going though. They didn't stop. It was so good. You could tell they didn't show that they were tired or anything. And then near the end, they closed off with a song called Swag with some of the members of Hollywood Undead come out, and they even had like a guy dress up like a Beatle dude playing the saxophone and stuff, which was pretty neat and amusing. And yeah, it's quite a good way to close off the night, and it was quite a fun show. There's not much really to complain about Papa Roach. They were way better than I was expecting, and I can't believe I'm probably going to say this, but I'm going to give them a 5 out of 5. So overall, the whole show of the tour package and everything that I saw last night was really fun and definitely worth the money. It was pretty expensive. It was like $80 on Ticketmaster for a ticket in Canadian, and yeah, so yeah, it was pretty pricey, but I definitely got your money's worth seeing that, and it was a lot of fun. all bands had a lot of energy and try to pump you up and like keep the momentum going and stuff. Sometimes you see bands that get tired halfway through and you can sort of tell they kind of just played through their set and the energy's not there. These guys kept it going, and that's something you don't really see sometimes. So, and it's cool seeing like Pop Roach coming back and keep kicking it and keep having quite the energy and stuff. It's good to see older bands do that because they're almost like 30 years old. Like the first album was in like 1993. So yeah, but yeah, and the merch was standard. Yeah, $50 shirts, $20 bandana, which I got it's somewhere. But yeah, overall though, I enjoyed the show. So my overall rating of everything smashed together, I'd give it probably a 4.5 out of 5 for an overall experience. It was quite a fun show, and definitely you should check out the bands if you haven't seen them or heard of them or anything. I'll link some links down below. And also, there's tons of videos on my TikTok, Live Music Maniac, that's down below. And also, my Instagram's linked down below where I have a lot of videos and photos and stuff on there too, plus other shows I've been to. So, yeah, definitely fun. Definitely feels good going back to shows. And this is the first one of 4 I'm going to in the next like week and a half. So, get ready for some more show reviews. And, yeah, so make sure you subscribe. And, yeah, I guess I'll be tune into the next show review, which will actually be probably on Thursday, because on Wednesday night I'm going to go see some pretty disturbing heavy black metal band, Mayhem with Midnight, at the Phoenix in Toronto. So if you're there, come by, say hi, let me know what you think of the reviews and stuff. And yeah, but till then, the next few days I got a couple more film reviews coming out before that, so stay tuned for that. Ring that bell, and I guess I'll see you all in the next review, which will probably be a film review. So till then, I guess I'll see you all in the next one. So keep rocking on, and I guess I'll see you then. So cheers.